This is an economy built on building from the middle out and the bottom up. The middle class built America, and unions built the middle class.
Tonight on DC News Now at 10, from Washington, D.C. to Washington County, Maryland gets a presidential visit. We'll show you his message to the American people. Plus,
we as drivers need to do a better job of just looking out for other people.
Plus, continued calls for safer streets after several recent crashes on the same stretch of road tonight. The county's pledged to do more to save lives.
also gun-related deaths jumping to their highest rate in 3 decades. A new report hitting close to home. We spoke to one local activist about real solutions to stopping the violence.
It was a wonderful finish to your week. As we step into the weekend, we're talking about cooler temperatures below average. We'll take a look at your weekend forecast coming up.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us for DC News Now at 10 on DCW 50. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Tasmeen Muffy's. Our top story tonight, Fairfax County officials are making a major push to make the streets safer for both drivers and pedestrians. Now, it comes as 2 pedestrians were hit just hours apart Thursday on the same stretch of Virginia Highway. One of them killed on Route 1. Now, Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Max Marcella joins us live from the scene.
And Max, police are still investigating but have shared some details about one of those crashes.
That's right. Well, we know that the person who was killed at the crash here on Route 1 near Backlick Road was crossing the street while the signal was signaling for the car to move forward, not the pedestrian signal. Police have also said that neither alcohol nor speed was a factor in the crash. It was here on Route 1 at Backlick Road where 53-year-old Melanie Keem was hit and killed before 7 in the morning on Thursday. And a couple hours later, 6 miles away on Fordson Road, just off of Route 1, another pedestrian was hit. That person is expected to survive.
We as drivers need to do a better job of just looking out for other people.
Jim Durham is a transportation safety advocate in Alexandria. While police investigate to determine what happened in Thursday's crashes, numbers show they're not isolated. Keem is the 15th pedestrian who was killed in the county in this year. On this road in Annandale on Sunday night, 74-year-old Dalchune Park was hit and killed. A worker at a laundromat saw her on the pavement, and she said the street needs to be improved.
It's a few steps more, but it can save your life.
Every supervisor's office receives complaints weekly, if not daily.
Last month, Fairfax County government and public safety leaders announced the launch of the Take a Moment campaign with messaging for how walkers, bikers, and drivers can help curb the epidemic of street violence.
I struggle to find any empirical evidence that messaging campaigns will have a lasting effect on people, on our behaviors as drivers in particular.
But Fairfax County insists this is not just messaging. They're pledging $100 million over 6 years to improve pedestrian safety.
Infrastructure changes that would encourage drivers to drive at a slower speed would be a significant factor.
Now, some of that money that Fairfax County is putting towards the improvements will go to things like additional trails and bridges or pedestrian signals. Notably, Fairfax County is also investing in infrastructure designed to make the upcoming Silver Line expansion more walker and pedestrian friendly. We have a full list of some of the projects Fairfax County is working on our website, dcnewsnow.com. Reporting live from Fairfax County, Max Marcella, DC News Now.
And happening right now in the Commonwealth, in an effort to create safer streets, authorities are cracking down on dangerous driving. So the numbers show October is the most dangerous month on Virginia roadways, so tonight through Sunday, police are taking part in Operation Crash Reduction. Now, drivers are encouraged to buckle up and slow down. Over the last 10 years, listen to this number, more than 8,000 people were killed in crashes on Virginia roadways, and of those deaths, 10% happened in October.
Also in Virginia tonight, the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office is searching for a former murder suspect less than 24 hours after he was released from jail. This is him here, 25-year-old Stone Colburn. Prosecutors dropped the murder charge yesterday, but they claim they filed a new charge of concealing a dead body the same day. But the Sheriff's Office says they only learned about that new charge today after he was released. So police say if you think you've seen Colburn, do not approach him. Call 911 immediately.
And also new tonight, a new study by the CDC shows homicides and suicides committed by guns is up by more than 30%. And we know our area is feeling the impact of gun violence. Our Marie Sase spoke to advocates in Prince George's County to hear their perspective on the numbers.
Across the country, people are seeing more gun violence in their communities, and that includes right here in Prince George's County.
Gun violence is a racial justice and public health crisis, which disproportionately impacts communities of colors, especially those underfunded and disadvantaged minority communities.
According to the CDC, there was an 8% increase in homicides and suicides involving guns from 2020 to 2021. And those who are non-Hispanic, Black, and African Americans are impacted the most by firearm homicides. It's
really sad when you think about it. And because the amount of resources and things that we can put into cities to counter these things, it's not there. And then there's no will within Congress to do anything as well.
Sherman Hardy is an activist in Prince George's County. He says more needs to be done.
For far too long, there's been a disinvestment when it comes to gun violence. If you're not going to secure us in one way, at least come on the back end and fund so that we can definitely provide more resources to our communities.
And that includes mental health resources, especially among the youth.
She's witnessed gun violence. She's seen people begging for mercy for their lives, and it struck me that a lot of teenagers and people are walking around with this residual trauma.
And also being aware of who has a gun.
You know somebody and see somebody who typically has a history of mental health concerns, or they're showing some signs of it. There should be mechanisms in place for us to be able to kind of report that and have the assistance of some agency or some entity.
But most importantly, be willing to have uncomfortable conversations.
To get into the communities and start talking to individuals, there and ask them what it is that they need in order to curb and curtail a lot of the gun violence in their community.
Reporting in Prince George's County, I'm Marie Sase, DC News Now.
A messy situation tonight in the district. A water main is expected to cause headaches for drivers and businesses. It's near a section of Connecticut Ave Northwest from M Street to L Street. DC police said the area there to avoid it because repairs are expected to last well into the morning. They say crews are dealing with some electrical issues as a result of that water main break. No word yet on what caused it. So far, no injuries have been reported. Good news there. Well, meanwhile, really just a perfect night to sit out by the backyard fire pit.
Yeah, I'm cheesing because it just sounds like a beautiful idea. We got Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb here. Janessa, it's going to be a chilly weekend.
Yeah, I'm super jealous of everyone doing that right now. We're going to get our chance as we head into the weekend. Yes, it will be chilly, but you're going to be sitting under the clearing that is taking place. And today was just absolutely gorgeous. A wonderful way to finish out the week. Temperatures in the upper 70s, well above average, and just a few spots. Shenandoah Valley to Fredericksburg near 80 degrees, so not breaking any records, but it was almost like a late spring feel that we saw across the DMV. Right now, the high stratus clouds are really not visible to the naked eye as you go outside, but you can see them on our composite radar, and they're continuing to track towards the east as this front is making its way through. This is really what you're going to notice along with our dropping temperature, because it's very blustery out there with this front sagging south and east, picking up our winds right now, 20 to about 30 miles per hour. And so it's about to make its way King George to Charles, St. Mary's County as well. And so right now you can see 5 to about 13 miles per hour. And that's where the front has not made its way through just yet. So where's the cold front? It is quickly crossing over to the DC metro area, but well to our west, Chicago, Detroit, Buffalo, temperatures have dropped about 15 to 25 degrees. So the 70s about to be a distant memory with highs in the upper 50s as we go into the weekend. We'll look at that forecast coming up.
Janessa, thank you. And President Joe Biden made a visit to Hagerstown, Maryland today. The president delivering remarks about building the economy while touring Washington County's Volvo plant.
Yeah, his visit comes a month ahead of the midterm elections. Our Daniel Hamburg was in Hagerstown with the president.
263,000 jobs were created just last month. President Biden boasted that 10 million jobs have been created since he took office, something he says is the fastest growth at any point in American history. Today's theme, Made in America.
The middle class built America, and unions built the middle class.
And 1,300 workers at Volvo's powertrain facility in Hagerstown are unionized.
This is actually where the radiator would sit, just like it would in a diesel engine.
President Joe Biden spent National Manufacturing Day here, recognizing all 1,700 workers employed.
I'm here at this Volvo plant to thank the workers and management for building heavy-duty engine, transmissions, axles for trucks and buses.
Biden's focus?
Made in America. Made in America.
Thank you, Mr. President, for the work you're doing to make sure that we build more things in this country again. I love seeing Volvos and Macs when I go down the highway. I know its powertrain is built in this factory.
Biden talked about the recent infrastructure law to help cities like Hagerstown improve water safety and roadways, and focused on the low 3.5% unemployment rate.
We have to move from historically strong economic recovery to a more steady, stable recovery. We need to bring inflation down without giving up all the historic economic progress that working class and middle class people have made.
He called out Republicans who call the plan socialist, but are asking for help from the White House for projects in their districts.
If Republicans take control of the Congress, these historic victories we just won for the American people are going to be taken away. Every kitchen table cost is going to go up, not down. This is an economy built on building from the middle out and the bottom up, not from the top down.
Now, the local Washington County Republican Party issued a statement basically saying that Biden should be focused on more national emergencies, including immigration and record violence and crime, instead of visiting Hagerstown. In Hagerstown, Maryland, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.